Hey, it's Renegade, and it's time for another Tuesday tip. We just spent a good 45 minutes talking about brand and revenue and trying to connect the dots. It's not easy, particularly if you don't have a brand tracking study or something like that. So first off, Marshall Poindexter from OpenEye Cadence Molecular Sciences. Marshall, what is your tip?
My tip is to have as comprehensive a program as you can around all of your marketing touch points, programs, to understand the value of it to a prospect, and then track the engagement with all of those touch points so that you can then begin to paint a picture of how those engagements are leading to potential sales down the road and revenue.
I love it. I'll come back to you because I want to follow up on that. But then let's go to Tom Bianchi of Acquia. Tom, what's your tip?
Yeah, so we were just chatting about if you're in the B2B space, like we certainly are here at Acquia, one of the things that LinkedIn rolled out relatively recently was the ability to compare your engagement and followership metrics against your direct competitors. So if you haven't already seen that, it's a great way to figure out your kind of social impact. It's not quite the same as your brand impacts, but definitely an important one. You go to the analytics section within your LinkedIn profile, and you can look at all of your competitors there. So if you haven't already done that, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, and it's wonderful. And we talked about this, and I think it could easily be a surrogate measure, certainly for share of voice on LinkedIn. But it would be interesting, Tom, as we look at this in deeper, whether or not that correlates with, say, a share of voice in PR, like some folks use Meltwater, and to see if it's a direct line. Because if it is, LinkedIn has given us a wonderful gift.
That's right. Or conversely, maybe you've got an opportunity with the targeting that you have in LinkedIn to actually kind of place better within your share of social voice than you might do with, paid media through a PR program. And it might be more cost effective for you to do that too.
Right. And so suddenly we're in a battle where we're saying what we're competing for is it's no longer cost per lead, it's cost per follower. What does it cost us to increase our followers?
That's
Because
right.
therefore which is something we haven't looked at, certainly from a CMO Huddles standpoint. Okay, so circling back, Marshall, when we're talking about connecting brand to revenue, because what I heard you talk about is sort of marketing sourced. And that can be very sort of DME, right? Because we're looking at the lead and the click and the tracking. And I'm just wondering, there's this other part of brand, which is perceptions and experiences and other things like that. You have any thoughts in that area in terms of connecting those dots?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously doing some research around, unaided brand awareness, aided brand awareness, understanding both what your customers and prospects understand about you, think about you, whether you come to mind. I think adding that to the lead scoring and then some of the metrics that Tom was talking about will hopefully give you a fuller picture. But it is an ever evolving game, and that's why we have to be on our toes as marketing leaders.
It is indeed an evolving game. All right. Well, thank you, Tom and Marshall. If you're a B2B CMO who can share, care, and dare with the best of them, do me a favor and check out CMOHuddles.com. I'm Drew Neiser, and that's your Tuesday tip. Peace out.